Hello, girls and boys. Ready? Let's begin.
We're gonna welcome
Impromptu it. Don't worry about it. Welcome back to the Opportunity Cost Podcast. My name is Andrew.
My name is Raj.
And we are back for the 2022 year. It took a while, but we are back.
We are finally. I like the set.
I like it too. I feel like we need to situate it a little bit better. But I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot.
I like the TV.
I like the little TV.
Finally,
up there. We can take a look at some
we
media.
can
Oh god,
finally.
People. I mean, listen. I got some videos queued up here, and I can't wait to talk about it. It has been driving me insane.
A little bit of education, a little bit of humor. I have not seen any of these videos.
You haven't seen these? I didn't show.
A single one.
Impromptu, a blind react. We're gonna have a blind react here. So you want to start it?
Yeah, let's go with Mark Cuban one.
You want to go with Mark Cuban? All right, let's see what he's got to say.
Big business mistake that you made.
Oh, so many. I just wasn't nice enough. I would be richer if I was nicer. You know, even going back 10 years, I think people took jobs looking for careers.
Yep.
No one looks for a career
there's no
anymore.
such thing anymore.
Everybody's a free agent.
Yep.
And you've got to treat them as a free agent. That changes how you interact with employees. That changes what their expectations are, what they're willing to do. And if you're not nice along the way, they're going to say, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, niceness counts.
Niceness matters.
Yeah.
And how much you pay them and this and that matters, but not as much as, okay, do I like going to work?
Yeah.
Am I excited to go to work?
To a certain point, I don't know. What about you?
Kindness is definitely important.
I definitely don't want to be an asshole to a person you work with.
It all kind of depends. Some people ask for it, some people don't. So, I mean, personally, kindness is very important.
Yeah.
I feel like the world is getting a little bit softer rather than getting harder. But that's important. For some people, that means a lot. Some people are okay working in a environment when there's people yelling, cussing, whatnot. And then there's some people that are on the softer side, which is perfectly fine. But the thing that he made a good point about is you got to pay people. Paying people.
Yes. You could be as nice as you want, but you don't.
Competition.
Pay me. Yeah.
There's so much competition now.
That's actually really true because I think back in the day, most people, even me, if you were to work somewhere or whatever, and someone was your boss was an asshole or whatever, you really couldn't go anywhere. You're stuck in that position. Mm-hmm. But I think nowadays, people have more opportunities, and now if someone's being an asshole to you, you don't have to put up with that. You have options. So as an employer, if you're working with someone, you got to keep that in mind because they could just walk.
Oh, that's one of the reasons. Look at the labor shortage we're having. People aren't having it. And then with technology nowadays, people are like, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to work for you. I'll go do it on my own.
Yeah.
So bunch of competition, bunch of that. But kindness goes a long way. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
But then there's some people that, they kind of start off on the wrong foot and it comes and bites them.
I've actually we actually were able to get employees into our company with just being nicer, because we overheard them talking about their bosses because we work in the same industry, and they're like, oh, my boss is such a hard ass, blah blah blah. We're like, well, we're hiring. so yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens. Yeah.
I'll give you a really quick story. So one of our workers is working on the house. His car broke down.
Okay.
And his car is his means of transportation because he doesn't only work for us; he works for other people. And I went on ahead and gave him a bonus for the work he hadn't done, so he can go on ahead and get his car fixed.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
been thanking me for the last 3 days. He's been coming in earlier, staying in
See, it goes
late.
a long way. Yeah.
Those $200-300 I gave him, to me, it's cool if you're gonna get the work done, no big deal. To him, it was like a gift from God, which that little bit of kindness goes a long, long way.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Man, you want to go to the second club?
Let's go.
All right. What do you got to pick? You got to pick.
Gumball Profits.
Gumball Profits? Okay. You're gonna like this one. I saw this and I was like, no way. But you're gonna like this one. Actually, 17 million views. This one actually has the most views out of all of these.
It's been 1 month since we collected money from this giant gumball machine. Let's see how much it's made in the past 30 days. Nice. Now let's check the cash. Boom. Over $400 total.
My biggest concern: how does the machine know which ones are quarters and which ones are nickels?
Man, you know what's cool? I heard a lot of these people who have these like machines like this one, or like vending machines, or like even like laundry machines. Like they don't count the coins. They do it just by weight. I never knew they do that. Apparently some banks only accept it like that. Like most banks need you to roll them up. You know what I mean? And when you're like doing vending machines and stuff like that, if you find a bank, and there are some banks who as long as you bring them in the bag, the money bags or whatever, they'll just take it and they'll round up and that's it. So that's how they do it by weight. Yeah, and that blew my mind.
It's a pretty. What are your thoughts about like a side hustle like this for a kid, like someone who's just starting off?
Like a vending machine?
Vending
Or
machine.
like
a gumball machine or a vending machine.
No, it's pretty. I actually think it's better for like kids to get into like vending machines and stuff, because I've seen adults like do this as an entire business.
Exactly.
Like vending machines, all of that. And I think if you're doing it from the perspective of like, hey, this is going to replace my full-time income, like it's really competitive. Like how much money are you really going to be? Yeah, with vending machines, all of this, like with your cost and breakage and all that, like you're making like what, maybe $40 a week, like with one machine. Like I don't know.
The upfront costs a lot. But
Yeah.
if you want a brand new machine, they can go for about $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah, and even used ones are like at least like $600-700. So I mean, and also you pay the place you're putting in a percentage. I mean. And I think even certain districts, like certain cities, you have to like
get like a little
permit. Yeah. And then taxes. So I'm like, I don't know. Like for a kid, awesome. For an adult, I don't know. Maybe as a side business, side hustle. Yeah. But I mean, hey, like the gumball thing, if you put it in a good location, it's a novelty looking thing.
Oh yeah.
It looks pretty cool. All right. You gotta pick another one.
Let's try the one with the sports car on top.
Oh, okay. Actually, this is more of a political one.
Oh.
So let's see what you think about this one.
Today I'm at the most expensive gas station in the country, and we're gonna be asking people, why are you getting gas here? Excuse me, man? Why are you getting gas here?
Well, this is the only place I need a gas, so it's the closest place.
Do you realize this is the most expensive place in America?
No. Let me see, how much is it? Oh my God! You know what? I didn't even look.
Oh yeah?
I just need gas.
Can I ask you why you're getting gas here?
Why would I not get a gas here?
Spend it on myself. I'ma drop it like it's pouring. I'ma pour it on myself.
$1 per gallon.
California.
But they don't care.
They don't. They show use of it.
No. Did you see? But I mean, listen. But okay, the first was driving like a Lambo, and the second one was like a Mercedes or something. I mean, they don't care. $7-10 a gallon.
They paid like $2,000 a month in rent for like a studio apartment. They really don't care.
I had to pay like $50 to fill up my tank, and that almost like I went insane. I was like, why? Why am I paying so much money? And I went to like Chicago recently. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna risk going home without getting gas, because I'd rather like get stuck than get gas here. It's just it's not gonna happen. But I mean, it's one. It's
that whole inflation thing when people are like, oh my God, we're getting all this free money. Like, oh my God, yay. And then all of a sudden it's like the mortgage rates just went higher. Gas, and it's about to it's already in grocery stores. People are paying like 50 cents more for a gallon of milk.
Well,
and
they're
things
paying
like
more
that.
for less. Have you heard of this thing called shrinkflation? Where where basically companies, whatever, they'll sell you the same thing for the same amount of money, but you get less, but you think you're getting the same thing. Like, a lot of companies are doing that now.
There's only thing I remember from economics class in college is there's no such thing as free lunch. It's free now, but you're definitely gonna pay for it later. So that's why I guess I don't think in the United States has gone through like a hyperinflation in a very long time.
Not in a long time.
And so people are a little bit like out there, like, oh my God, what's going on?
You're gonna get a lot of this because a lot of people don't understand, basic economics nowadays, and literally you can see it happening where people are just like, listen, her buying the gas is just proving a point. Okay, it's if all of a sudden everybody in the entire United States stopped buying gas for a week, okay, trust me, that gas price is gonna fall. Okay, like they'll do everything in their power to get that price lower. Okay, but because people are buying it, what is it called? Supply and demand. Yeah, as long as you have someone buying, then the price works. Then you're okay with that. Like, why would I go cheaper if someone's gonna buy it at a premium? So, that's also and also, what are we, over $100 a gallon? Or I'm sorry, over $100 a barrel of gas.
It is of oil, crude oil.
Yeah. So. that, and everything that's going on in Europe right now. So like it's
all over
it's all in one. Yeah, so you have everything contributing, but I mean it's also politics. I mean, like if they wanted to get cheap gas, they could get cheap gas. That's not.
Yeah, even in South America, it's like people are paying like 70,000 of their own money to like get a bottle of water.
You know what I heard? I heard that because of the thing going on with Russia, they stopped buying from Russia, and now they want to buy from Venezuela.
You're right.
Why?
It's ridiculous. Everything in the economic side is like upside down.
God. All right, let me pick one. I'm gonna pick one. Okay, so
I just took my idea for a product and turned it into basically a company worth $1 million. And the most important thing that I learned through this 18-month process is that this is the main thing that I would share with anyone else who's interested in doing this, is that when you're designing your product, it's so important to understand the different manufacturing techniques and processes that your supplier is going to use to make the parts that are like called for in your design. So like the main thing that you need to understand is like the specifics of what's going to go into making your product, because that is going to inevitably inform basically all of your design decisions.
I actually have that's like half of that, and then the other half was him talking about him actually
rapid fire, no fluff, no context. Rapid fire, no fluff, no context. Here are the steps that I took in order to turn my idea for a product into an actual company and then to sell part of my company. Step 1, come up with an idea. Step 2, create the cheapest and fastest possible version of your idea. You can use cardboard or paper or whatever. Step 3, hire an engineer to create a computer animated design version of your idea, a CAD. If your invention is novel, then file a PPA, a provisional patent application. Step 4, hire an engineer to create an animated digital rendering of your product so that you can show it to people and gauge whether or not they would actually be interested in it. Step 5, take all the feedback that you got from people about the digital rendering and then do your first actual prototype. This version of your prototype only has to be semi-functional, and I would recommend doing it in 3D printing, as much of it as you can. Get hands-on with your prototype, test it out in the physical world, give it to other people, have them test it, gather feedback. At this point, depending on the feedback, you might want to redesign your product and then do one more prototype. An investor is only going to give you money if they think that people are going to buy it when the product is ready. So you're going to need to prove to them, this is the most important thing if you actually want to raise money, is prove that people care about your offering and that they're willing to pay for it. In order to take your product from the prototyping stage and get it into manufacturing, you're going to need to find an investor of sorts or at least factory that is willing to make the product. Take on investment, sell a part of your company, and bring the product to market.
For one very important thing, a lot of times when someone starts a company, they think, okay, the only way this company can be successful is if it starts making profit, or I can take it like IPO or something, right? Exactly. A third thing is you could just sell it. That could be the entire thing to your, how you make money off of the thing. And a lot of people don't know that, or at least they don't think about it, where you could just sell the company at the end. That's your exit strategy.
Some people go in and they just don't know what they want to do with it. They have a product and they're like, do I keep it?
Or it could just not be profitable. You can't make it work, but it's a good product. Someone with better skills can take that and make money with it.
Well, like you said, sell part of the company and keep it.
I actually really like. He actually has a very interesting story. He actually came up with a product for like a furniture company or whatever. Did those steps, and the bigger he then had a pitch meeting with a bigger company, and they just bought it. They bought the entire thing from him. And he didn't even have one single sale. Not one single sale to prove anything.
Well, there you go, kids.
You just come up with random shit. And make sure you patent it. That's the important part.
Scrub Daddy? The little Scrub.
Yeah.
Crazy amount of sales. They were the best valued company on Shark Tank.
I think they went on to make like some 15 to 20 million from like that idea. It's just
people still wild.
I watch them. Yeah, what is it? Bad Bath and Body Works, whatever. You go to the checkout, it's still there. It's
It's really cool technology, and I actually tried it at home. When you warm it up, it does get harder, and when you put cold water, it does soften up, which is ridiculous. But that's one important thing that a lot of people forget. Like if you want to grow your company, you have to find good people, not only like on the labor end, but behind doors too. Because those people behind doors are the ones that are helping you make those decisions that you can give to the people that are on the labor end.
No, I like that one.
But there's a lot more work that goes into it. When people think,
No,
oh my
yeah,
God.
they're like, oh, you're just gonna do, just one weekend. But no, this guy actually said like the entire process for him took anywhere from I think like 0 to 8 weeks. So basically 2 months. Within 2 months, he had a meeting in front of like investors and these this bigger company, whatever. So within 2 months, bro sold this company. Not bad from idea, yeah. All right, let's pick. I think you might like this one. Hold up, I think this might be right up your alley.
It's kind of hard to make money on rentals every month because you have rent coming in, then you sometimes have people that don't pay their rent. But the expenses and the mortgage, those never stop needing to be paid no matter what rent comes in. So kind of the goal with a lot of real estate, single family homes or duplexes, fourplexes, at least cover the costs. And then at some point you're paying down the mortgage, you're paying your costs, and at some point when you sell it, that's kind of your gains. You and I are no.
So I think that's just.
He is absolutely right.
Anything to add to that? Because it's just.
So this is one of the reasons why we kind of changed our strategy going in.
Okay.
Everyone does not pay the rent on the first of the month. That is a hoax. No one pays on the first of the month. So what we kind of doing, our plan was kind of like, hey, we want to kind of keep everything that we're buying, keep it as rental, have that passive income come in, and but I kind of said, okay, well, what if people stop paying? We still have to pay our end of the bargain.
Yeah.
So what we did was, if we had any single family homes, we would actually renovate them and sell them on the market. So we had that big cash stashed away just in case someone doesn't pay the rent, or someone's running late, or we have vacant units. So because we wanted to keep everything, they said, you know what? But then on the other end, while we were flipping the house, you're like, that's a nice chunk of change. That's a very nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
Let me guys some more, renovate some more. So and as long as you do the numbers right, you'll.
How long have you been like in real estate right now? As of right now.
December of 2019, I think, is when I got my first.
Okay.
Oh, 2020, my bad. So we just took what was already there, and what worked on it, and then renovated it. We didn't put any new gadgets, anything that man's never seen before. The value just went up where it was supposed to go. That's it. He's just mad because he's probably got a bad credit score.
I always ask you this, but I keep on forgetting. Well, I don't forget, but I just think you might change your answer. You ever gonna do Section 8?
No. No. Everyone's like, I just met an investor who stays in Illinois. Yeah. And he's got a bunch of, I think he's got like 10, 12 buildings out here in Northwest Indiana. And he's like, dude, you gotta get Section 8. It's really good money. I said, have you seen the condition of your properties, dude, on the inside? Yeah. It's ridiculous. You're getting consistent money, but at the same time, you're getting a headache because they're just, whoever it may be, are destroying. And whatever reason it may be, people are breaking in or people are beefing with each other or whatnot. I said, I'd rather have the person who's got a regular 9 to 5 who's 2 days late than have the government, depending on the government to pay. So.
Yeah, that is what it is. Can't make the woman heat. Where are we seeing this?
Right there, though. Mm-hmm.
You want to see this? This is just a. Yeah, this is dog freaks out. I saw this. I got so sad. Oh my god. Dog thinks the human's drowning.
Oh my god, you're in there.
He's gonna save his. This is, by the way, this is why dogs are better. Okay, don't tell me a cat's gonna do that. No cat's gonna. No. Shoot, yeah. Look, both of his dogs in the water trying to save him. Nah, we don't deserve dogs. Get out of here with that one. Let him.
They literally jumped in. That's crazy.
Listen, nothing compares to a dog. Okay, don't get it.
Dog's a man's best friend.
Nah, I think I might have. What is a good one? I don't know if I have a good. Okay. Oh god. Okay. This one you're gonna like. This one you're gonna like. Watch this.
But somebody spits this and just show me what your cool thing is.
Homemade Invisalign. Invisalign's pretty expensive. I like doing stuff on my own, so I figured it out. I had a 3D scan of my teeth done. Created a custom plan for every movement of the teeth in 3D. Came out to 23 steps for the top, and only 10 steps for the bottom. Then every one of these steps needed to be 3D printed. So I got myself a 3D printer. Needs to be a resin printer because filament doesn't work. After I created all the models, I needed to turn this piece of plastic into that. So I got myself a dental heat machine, and I heat formed all the trays on top. Once the trays are formed, you cut out all the excess material and you're left with this, which is the final product. So now I have a bunch of these, and once I reach tray 23...
That's crazy.
Bootleg Invisalign.
Hopefully he doesn't get in trouble. Hopefully.
I hope not.
Fingers crossed.
He's doing a service. No.
Wow.
Where are we at? We're at 28 minutes.
28?
I think that's a solid episode. What do you think, man? I think that's a solid episode. What do you think, man?
I like it.
All right, you want to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
All right, I'll see you guys. When are we gonna see them next? I actually have an idea for another episode. But you gotta subscribe and like, and you'll check it out next episode. Okay? Follow on the socials. You know what I mean?
YouTube, please.